It's Athena Ali here, the Get Noticed coach, career strategist and government job application specialist. Welcome to my live broadcast today on whether you need another qualification for a management role in the public sector in order to land a next, that six-figure public sector role. Now, before I start today, I'd like to do an acknowledgement to country. So in the spirit of reconciliation, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of our country throughout Australia and the connections to land, sea and community. And I'd like to pay respect to the elders past and present and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. Welcome. Now, in this weekly live, I wanted to talk about, do you need another qualification for a management role in the public sector? Now, if you're here live, say hello in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, please add #replay in the comments so I know you've been here. You can also view this on my YouTube channel if for some reason you lose connection here on LinkedIn. So welcome to my live today. So let's look at the purpose of getting qualifications and whether they will help or hinder your career aspirations when seeking a six-figure public sector job. So do we really need another piece of paper? Now, I guess my view on this is, getting a qualification doesn't necessarily mean you'll get a better job. The things that I would look at when considering whether to add on a particular qualification is really looking at, why you want it and what value you think it's going to add to yourself, but also to your role, because you want a really good return on investment. And I guess so does your employer. So, getting qualification after qualification doesn't necessarily mean you'll land a better job. And it's not the only way to get a job or a promotion. Okay, and I think it really depends on what you're going for. You can bandy about, post-nominals, but if you can't use them to get a significant return on that investment, then you might need to learn how to wow hiring managers with the outcomes you've actually achieved in the past or can achieve in the future for them. You might be able to do that through real life work experience instead. So don't let others make you think that you necessarily need another piece of paper. But what you might actually need is some quantifiable results. I often see leaders come to me, or people who want that next level leadership role, and they might have all the, the right pieces of paper, but if they don't know how that piece of paper is going to help their employer, and that knowledge and that experience is going to help the employer get whatever outcome they want in this new role, that's where your difficulty lies. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to get another qualification. You just need to know how to highlight what you've already got in a way that makes them excited to see you. So, you can belong to all the associations in the world, have more qualifications, and still not land an interview for the job that you want. I see a lot of very well qualified people going for jobs and still not able to land them regardless of their qualification. Okay, to me what matters is how you sell yourself through marketing. Okay, people will buy you just as you are. Now, there will be some roles where you might need to get qualifications, or it might be better for that particular role, like a director role. You might need to get a company director's course because of the governance issues you may need to work through in that role. And so therefore it is important to actually have that. But generally, if you've already got a qualification, you've already got a degree that's gotten you to where you are now, it doesn't mean you have to go out and get your postdoctorate and postgraduate and all those sorts of things, unless you're going to specialise in a particular area and you want to be seen as an expert in your very specific field, and that qualification is going to contribute to that. Okay, but you still need to know how to articulate your brilliance with absolute certainty and not compare yourself to others just because they've got more pieces of paper than you. Sometimes the base qualification is enough with all of that, 10 or 20 years of work experience to be able to show that you can actually do that sort of management role. What I'd love to know, if you're out there, is, or if you're watching the replay later, is what's the highest level role you've ever achieved without necessarily requiring a formal qualification in the actual job title that you got? Because I know a couple of weeks ago I was interviewed by a journalist asking me, you know, are there actually any roles out there that you don't need a degree for in order to get a six-figure role in the public sector? And there actually are. If you have a look at some of, you know, the roles in, you know, state government especially, I find a lot of project-related roles don't necessarily say you have to have a project qualification, or sometimes even some policy roles might not need a specific formal qualification. They might be desirable, and of course if you have them, that's probably going to put you ahead of somebody who does not. But if you don't know what to do with that qualification, you might find that even the person who didn't necessarily have that qualification can actually still move forward in that process and not yourself. So as I said, what's really important is knowing how to market what you already have in order to land that role. Because if you already have done that role, or you have the capabilities and the attributes to do that role, then all you really need to be doing is showing them how you've done that before, or how you can do that for them now to fulfill what they actually want you to be doing in the role. So that's the end of my life. But if you're looking to for some help to market your brilliance so that you can land a six-figure public sector job, maybe without getting a qualification, another qualification instead, then I'd love to invite you to my masterclass next week on how to wow hiring managers with your six-figure public sector job application. It's on next Tuesday night on the 21st of June at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So for everyone on the Eastern Seaboard, it's 8 p.m. Everyone in the West, it'll be 6 p.m. And those in the middle, it'll be about 7:30. So I'd love to see you there. After this live, I'll pop a link down below that if you'd like to attend, I'd love to see you there. If you've got any questions about what I've spoken about today, you're more than welcome to add a comment down below or DM me and get in touch. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.